Hi guys and welcome back to Football Manager 2018 with Rangers. Here we are, it's the big day. William Hill Scottish Cup here, looking to retain it against Aberdeen before we play Man United. It's time to select a full squad for this one. It's going to be Ian Fulton, it's going to be Manuel Riedel, Stefano Denswell, young Brian Lassley, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Well, we're going to go with Sam Byram actually because Alexander-Arnold can't play in the Champions League. We'll go Marcel Edelman, Rodrigo Fassi, Christian Paez, up top Chiacherry, Morelos, and Dapo Mabudi since Walter Molina can't play in the Champions League. Bench will be McCrory, Wallace, Bilal Coaster, Alexander-Arnold, Mitchell, Burjonas, and either Graham or Davidson. No, in fact, Walter Molina because he can play in this game. We'll bring him on if need be. So that is the lineup for the Scottish Cup final here against Aberdeen at Hampden before we fly out to Germany to take on United. 4-1-3-2 here from Aberdeen. Who are these regens? Baptiste Gambini on loan from Arsenal. Looks fine, nothing special. Young Dean Campbell, who's a Motherwell player, or should say was on loan at Motherwell, but is a young Aberdeen player. Doesn't look like much. He's what? Wait a minute. Is he worth 1.2k? He's worth 1.2k, and his 275 quid deal runs out at the end of the season. Somehow I suspect we should be able to turn over this Aberdeen team. I expect you to come back with the trophy. Absolutely nothing else will be acceptable. Let's encourage them. Right off the bat, we need to make sure we win this trophy. I'd like a nice convincing solid win as well. Gives confidence for the United game. Paez's ball in's good, Mabudi's flick on's good, and then Denswell's was going to go in, but it's turned in by Chiacherry on the post. He's offside. He should have just left it. Good start though, opening 10 minutes, 60% possession, 6 shots to none from Aberdeen. Just need to make it count, need a nice goal. Everybody composed and motivated on both sides, apart from Byram, who's now looking a bit nervous. But 9-10 shots even to 1. Nothing really being created though. Here's Byram now. Chiacherry, lovely touch there. Fassi now into the danger area. Easy header away. Poor cross from Fassi. Paez now, Fassi. The overlaps there. He goes the other way. Edelman finds Dapo Mabudi, who sneaks it past the goalkeeper. Young Dapo Mabudi with a lovely finish. 1-0 to Rangers in the Scottish Cup final. Halfway there now. We just need to hold. Campbell puts it in, away by Lassley, not completed though. Good challenge, comes back to another. That was far too quick there. Challenges flying in everywhere, and then eventually Lumeka's shot wide of our post. Livingston now with the ball for Aberdeen, switches play. It's into right, shoots, and Scott Wright has scored. The Aberdeen are level. We need to demand more. It's been a terrible performance since we scored that goal. Aberdeen creating a number of good chances there actually in the 5 minutes after Mabudi scored. We need to get ahead before half time again here. Morelos giving it away though to Scott Wright. It's forward to Hughes. Come on, get yourself sorted at the back. It's a ball down the line, but well done. Lassley read it well. Back to Fulton. He can spread it to Riedel. Back to Fulton again. Out to Denswell now. Take your time, son. Fulton goes long in the end. Good pressing from Aberdeen. Headed only as far as Fassi. He finds Chiacherry. Lovely ball. Morelos is in, and it's an easy save from Jonathan Bond. Fulton now out to Lassley. Come on. We've been by far the better team. We just don't seem as clinical as we normally are. Paez for Fassi. Pokes it out wide. Chiacherry puts a good ball in, but it's easy for Jonathan Bond actually. Had a good bit of pace in that. Keeper's done well to take it. Punts it long. Denswell away. Fassi now. Keep the pressure on. Chiacherry's flick on though. Won't reach Morelos. Everything else is far too quick. Fassi nicks it. Tees up Mabudi. A 20-yarder for 2-1. It's a brace from Mabudi. And it all happened so quickly I didn't even have time to follow it. And we're back ahead before the break. It's exactly what we needed. Morelos has been poor today on only a 6.6. Happy with the performance so far, more or less. I'm going to take Morelos off for Walter Molina. I'll put Walter Molina out in his usual left. I'll put Mabudi up the middle, considering he's obviously looking pretty lethal today. Hopefully he can complete his hat-trick. Lumeka now. Easy block. I don't know how we'll handle a neutral venue against a big team like Man United. You know, because even putting out Chelsea and putting out Monaco, we lost both away games, and it was a Solid performance at Ibrox both times it saw us through. Payes now to Edelman. Can he whip it? He can. Can Chiacherry score? Nope. Heads are over. Hope lack of recent game time isn't stifling the likes of Morelos and Chiacherry. They don't quite seem to be firing like their normal selves. As Wright finds Campbell now, he will try and switch it. It's easy for Byram though. Fassi, Chiacherry, go on, get yourself an assist at least. Whips it in very deep, and it's easy again for Jonathan Bond. Really poor crossing today from Chiacherry. Bond goes long, Denswell away. Payes now. His countryman Fassi finds Chiacherry, his other countryman. Mabudi, Molina, he's got a good cross normally. It's into Mabudi, it's down to Fassi, and it is 3-1. That should be the Scottish Cup tied up. Let's take off Rodrigo Fassi for Jamie Burjonas. Just give Fassi a wee rest before that cup final against United. Can we make it 4 now? Payes delivers it away by Livingston. Hit it, Burjonas. Burjonas hits it. Oh, just over. He scored a cracker recently, just couldn't quite replicate it there. Byram now, Chiacherry, we've been a lot better second half in terms of creating more opportunities. Burjonas to Edelman, who didn't make the overlap and run there, which he should have done. Crosses it, deflects, Mabudi can't get his shot away. Campbell back to Bond, who will knock it long towards Hughes. Easy for Denswell to pick up his flick on though. It's a bit of a dodgy pass, but Fulton will find Riedel. Looks over the top, Chiacherry, lovely touch in the chest. Mabudi for the hat-trick, there it is. Dapo Mabudi, hat-trick. Murray Wallace is going to come on for Manuel Riedel, just get him nice and rested as well before the cup final against United. But what a hat-trick for Dapo Mabudi in the cup final here at Hampden. 22 shots to Aberdeen's 3. We've absolutely bossed it. You know, there's a couple of dodgy moments in the first half there, particularly in the immediate aftermath of Mabudi's first goal to put us one up, but we've done well. We've steadied ourselves. We've put in a good, solid performance. And hopefully Mabudi can replicate this kind of performance when we go over to Germany to play United. Arundel's throw to Campbell now. Can we get another wee one to just seal the day here? Chiacherry. Molina. Play him in. He's lost it. Livingston goes forward. Hughes this time does find Wright with his flick on. Wright drives. He's going to have a long range shot, but it's well wide of the post. Can't live up to the quality of his first finish. Minute and 10 left. Is there a wee half chance for somebody left in this one? Flicked on. There might be for Aberdeen. It's Wright now. Scott Wright drills it low, and it's Charlie Hughes, and it's not a wee half chance. It's a proper chance. It's only going to be a consolation goal, but 4-2. O'Connor out to Figenspan, who's whipped her in. Byram, bit of an unorthodox clearance. Payes now, blow the whistle, ref, come on. Payes goes long. Still no full-time whistle from the ref. Campbell switch ball. And there's finally the full-time whistle. We've secured the double, the Scottish Cup. A nice solid 4-2 victory in this cup final. Did we see enough there that made me think we can beat Man United? Not really, to be honest. Not really. We lifted the cup. Pleased the board with a win and all that. Mabudi, the top goal scorer as well, with 5 goals, 3 of them coming in the final. Another wee Scottish Cup for us there. How many times have we now won the Scottish Cup, actually? Mabudi sets a new average rating record, 8.57 from his 4 appearances in the Cup. And a new record number of goals, 19, the previous record being 17, also set by Rangers. We've won it 1, 2, 3, 4, won it 5 times. There's only one season that we actually failed to win this. So we're a very good Scottish Cup team. Even when the squad was utter rotten, we still managed to win the Scottish Cup a couple of times. Long may it continue. I'm going to set all these crappy young prospects for release because they're crappy, frankly. 2 days to go. Saturday the 27th of May 2023, the day that Rangers meet Man United in the final of the Champions League. Who's this boy? Lucas Lima. Wow, he does look pretty good, doesn't he? Although he's lacking a wee bit physically there. Nah, I don't think we need it. Especially don't need a 32-year-old. Westfalenstadion hit by Champions League fever. Manchester United's game against Rangers in the UEFA Champions League is set to be a sellout, obviously, with supporters clamouring to see their team at Westfalenstadion. Capacity crowd of 65,851 is expected for the UEFA Champions League final clash on Saturday, which is now tomorrow. Since the UEFA Champions League doesn't allow terracing, some stands usually available for Westfalenstadion will be closed. Man United favourites at evens for the European clash against Rangers. To be honest, in reality, I'd have a cut of cuddle Man United at those odds. Informed Scottish side Rangers are up against it in their tough encounter against English League runners-up Manchester United, according to Sportpesa. Both Rangers and Man United will be hoping to cap their fine runs to the final by lifting the Champions League trophy come full time. Team news: Man United may not risk Pietro Pellegrini, who is recovering from pulled ankle ligaments. Rangers will be without Walter Molina, Yannis Horn, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Bilal Coaster, who are unavailable for selection. Historic Champions League final for Rangers. Rangers will appear in their first Champions League final in the club's 151-year history when they play Man United on Saturday. Whatever the outcome, Rangers fans will no doubt look to thank Alfredo Morelos, the competition's top goal scorer, whose goals have propelled them into the final. Meanwhile, 4 times Champions League winners Man United will be gearing up for another appearance in the competition final. Have United won it since we've been playing? Yes, they have. 2019-20, they actually won it. Durant warns us about Isco, of course, 31-year-old legendary attacking playmaker Isco in there. Mourinho predicting nerves ahead of the big game. Mourinho, of course, as much as it pains me to remember this, I've already beaten one half of the Old Firm in a European Cup final. Hopefully we can get some revenge for our Old Firm rivals. Take out Mourinho's Man United here. It's a big ask though. I mean, let's be honest. Let's set expectation before we go into this here. We could easily just get battered 4-0 here. Easily could do. If we don't play to our fullest, we probably will just get battered. Manuel Ronaldo's set for a move to Marseille in a possible £24 million move. He's worth £15 million, he's got a 4-year deal left and he has no release clause. There is no way he'll be leaving for £24 million, no chance. Dunfermline Dundee, obviously the big game today, the relegation playoff. Dunfermline winning that one over Dundee. Here we go. Man United Rangers. We played them once and we beat them, apparently. When was that? Probably a friendly. Not this season. Last season, 2-0 in a friendly. Akram Afif and Jamie Burjonas. Obviously they won't be playing today, but I'll take that result if we can get it. Let's actually just redo the team selection from scratch here. Fulton. Riedel. Denswell, Brian Lassley, not Alexander Arnold because he can't play, Sam Byram, Marcel Edelman, Rodrigo Fassi, Christian Paez, Alberto Chiacheri, Alfredo Morelos and Dapo Mabudi. Those are the boys that are going to be entrusted with the job today. The bench will be McCrory, Wallace, probably Donald, since we just need to fill it. Burjonas, Gallagher, Davidson, and Graham. That's the 11 that we're going to be. Well, the 18, I suppose, counting subs. That's the 18 we're going to be entrusting with the task of winning the Champions League final. Let's see their squad. They've got De Gea, Benjamin Henrichs, or Heinrichs, or however you pronounce that. Eric Bailly, Victor Lindelof. Not the best centre back pairing in the world. Who's this? Federico Rica. Uruguayan, quality player. Wait a minute, how many games has he played this season? Not that many. He's got 15 Premier League starts, 7 Champions League starts. He's played about half the games. Rodrigo Bentancur, who's 25-year-old. He's a good midfield player there, yep. Certainly a quality lad. Paul Pogba, 30 years of age now, really in his prime there. Legendary midfielder, he'll be a hard one to deal with. Gelson Martins, worth £61 million, pretty lethal winger. Isco, of course, we know all about, quality player. Irving Lozano is worth £62 million now and is an elite winger. And Andre Silva up top, an elite striker. He is pretty good. His physical stats are quite good, but they're not top level, I don't think. I think Dybala, who he faced when he played for Chelsea, was more of an issue, I think, than Silva. They also have Timo Werner to come off the bench, and his physical stats a lot better. Technically lacking a little bit, perhaps, but a lethal goal scorer. Rashford, Pellegrini, Insigne all on the bench. Insigne only 31 still. What do we say to them? The fans have been fantastic. They're the ones that pay your wages. Go win it for them. Nobody seems to be particularly motivated by that. But here we go. It's time. I'm going to tell them to show some passion. Just don't go out here and get clobbered. Give them a game at the very least. Eric Bailly's actually got an injury. So does Brian Lassley. I'm going to see if we can nurse Brian through it though. Ditto for Paez, who also seems to have an injury now. Should be able to pull through a pulled groin apparently for Paez. Paez picked up a knock, looks like a pulled groin. Takes the corner though, Paez. Bentancur away, counters on Andre Silva. Looks over the top, Gelson Martin somehow is one-on-one with the defender. He races in, he shoots, and Ian Fulton denies him. I don't know how that happened. Riedel gets it away. From our corner, we should not be letting a one-on-one situation happen like that. Although it was good defending actually to force him wide. Gelson Martin's picked up a knock as well. Paez is in the book. We've yet to muster a shot. Benjamin Henrich's also in the book. We've got our first shot now, but nothing much happening in the first half. 2 shots now for us. Mabudi and Morelos have both been quite poor. Edelman and Lassley are also booked. I think I'm going to take Lassley off for Murray Wallace, a bit more experience. It's a nervy game. If we can get a goal, I make his favourites. Right, Brian Lassie's off for Murray Wallace. Paez. I'm going to continue with Paez at the moment. I'm just a bit worried about him being injured, having a knock, maybe being a bit lazy and pulling somebody back or something, but I'm going to continue with him. I don't trust Jonas to come on in a final. I'm going to tell Edelman and Paez to ease off their tackles. Last thing we need is blowing this now for a red card. I'll tell them no pressure as Paez takes this one, pings it in deep. It's a penalty. Oh my days. Lindelof with a push on Fassi. It's Morelos to make it 1-0 in the Champions League final. Morelos versus De Gea. Morelos, he's missed. He's missed. Have we blown it? Is that the best chance we'll get to win this today? I'll wait to the hour mark and pull him. Isco's corner, header away, flicked on by Murray Wallace. Mabudi can't get there ahead of Pogba. Rika now, Pogba, Bentancur, chance still for United. Martins, Bentancur for Isco. He's going to whip this in, Byram away. Fassi completes the clearance only as far as Henrichs. We're under the cosh a bit here. Pogba, lovely reverse ball to Isco. Goes out wide, Rika. Round the corner for Lozano. Good cross, flicked away. Isco will get it though. Supported by Henrichs. It's a deep cross, headed away again. Isco, it is blocked by Paez. Is a counter on? Nope. Eric Bailly steps in. We're absolutely under the cosh. Martins, what a cross! And it's Andre Silva. Right, Morelos is off for Darren Graham. And Andre Silva, what, about 10 minutes after the missed penalty, has made it 1-0. Chiacheri now to Graham. Can we fight back quickly? Denswell, Edelman, down the line for Mabudi. It's a good pass. Can he whip it here? It's deep, deep, deep. It's away by Rika. Picked up by Byram though. Our turn to put them under the cosh. Chiacheri's lost it. Picked up though by Wallace. Oh, given away. Really poor. Andre Silva now. United looking for the quick 1-2. It's a poor pass though. Byram now. Surrounded before red shirts. Go backwards, son. There you go. Riedel. Paez, who's also picked up a knock now. Switching the play to Edelman. Come on. Whip a good one in. Oh, that's a shocking cross. Byram now, he's got to have a better cross from the right. He crosses it, it's fallen to Fassi! Rodrigo Fassi, an immediate equaliser from Rangers. I didn't see that coming in all honesty. Now pushed forward. It's got to have deflated them a little bit. They brought on another centre back here. Byram, back to the goalkeeper. No allowing them to pressurise us into stupid mistakes. Fulton goes long in the end. Mabudi's up, header away. Forward though, Graham's on the chase. Can he find Chiacheri at the back stick? He's forced a bit wide here. Just don't lose it, son. Oh, he's lost it. Isco now, Bentancur for Pogba. Can pick a pass, it's easily out to Lozano. Not a lot of pressure on the ball. Martins, Pogba. Martins is on the run now. He's away from Edelman. Gelson Martins ball in, header away. Martins to Isco, and United are back ahead. Mabudi's coming off for Lewis Davidson. Oh, can we do it again? Cherry to Graham, now Byram. Denswell, Fassi. Oh, Andre Silva nicks it immediately. Quick 1-2 could be on. Pogba out wide. Martins gets it ahead of Edelman. Edelman's had a bit of a torrid time today in truth, and he's off. I'm afraid the wheels are off now. We had a cracking result with 10 men earlier on in the tournament, but I cannot see us coming back from 2-1 down in the final with 10 men. It's honestly gutting. It's absolutely heart-wrenching. But I think that's curtains. Gelson Martins has a pop. Hits the top of the goal. Let's just see what the boys have now, but I think it's all Man United now, really. Byram flicks it away, not very convincingly. Andre Silva's cross is deep. Filton, oof, absolutely fumbles it. He's lucky there's nobody following in. Out to Wallace now. Could there be a chance for us to get forward? No. Henriks heads it back in. We can't get forward now. Silva, Lozano, sitter. Absolute sitter for United. Encourage them. Come on. Give us something. Some sort of encouragement here. Fulton now. Do we have one last chance in us? Can we rally? Byram. That's a shocking pass. Werner to Isco now. Bentancur. That's a shocking pass. Denswell now. Has to be quickly forward over the top. Graham. That's a shocker. Henriks back to De Gea. He goes long. Denswell and Wallace. Aimless. Martins. Henriks. Isco. Pogba for Silva. Holds it up so well. The ball down the line to Werner's easy. Werner squares. Gelson Martins wins the Champions League for Man United. And I said I didn't want to be losing this because of a red card. It's honestly worse than that. We're losing it because of a red card and a missed penalty. Byram's ball is completely hopeless. I see what they're going for. I mean, oh, Cherry nicks it. 3-2. I don't think it's going to do very much for us, but at this point, we might as well try something. Get Riedel up there as a big target man. Hoof the ball forward. This is probably going to lead to us conceding a fourth goal, but you know, we've got a couple of minutes left in the game. We're one goal down. You just need to try something. Oh, Wallace goes long. It's nicked by Benjamin Henriks. It's Pellegrini now, who's come off the bench despite being injured. Andre Silva. They've got so many forward here. Denswell manages to somehow smuggle it clear. Rika to Pogba. It's through for Andre Silva. It's over. It's absolutely over now. Byram throws it right to Silva. And Isco's managed to take it from Pellegrini now. Denswell's trying to push forward. Bentancur, Isco's in over the top. This could actually end up ugly. Andre Silva has put it over the bar, but I'm not going to revert to being defensive. We need to go to our shields here. Whipped in, headed away, and it's over. It's over. There's the United boys celebrating with the trophy. It's the reverse of the result against Aberdeen a couple of days ago. I'm not going to pretend it doesn't sting, because it does. He had a chance to take the lead through Morelos. He's fluffed his lines from the spot. Then Andre Silva's put them ahead. We've responded immediately through Fassi. Then quickly Isco's put them back in the lead. Then Edelman makes a mess of it. He's got his red card. I really didn't want a red card to be somebody getting lazy and pulling somebody back. It's exactly what it was. Then Gelson Martins has pretty much killed it. Cherry somehow managed to nick it from De Gea. De Gea's ended up on a 6.1, by the way, despite saving a penalty. Ridiculously harsh ratings for the goalkeepers. Aye, so he's got that one back. Andre Silva's immediately scored for them as we've tried to flood forward with 10 men. They probably deserve it in the balance of the game today. It's harsh on us to overachieve, get away up to this point, and then that happens to us. I think Brian Lassley, a wee bit disappointing with the 6.3, but Murray Wallace has ended on a 5.9, so even worse. Basically, that's the review of this game. Listen, passionately, I'm pleased with their performance. They don't seem to be happy with that. They're clearly being harsh on themselves right now, but let's not forget, we just got to the Champions League final. 9.8 million quid for losing against United in the final. We will give Edelman a warning for his red card. I'm not going to be too harsh. 7.22 million in television revenue, 950k shared among the squad. And there's your roundup. Top goal scorer Lukaku on 12, top assist Chiacheri on 13, Chiacheri 8.25, the best rating, including a goal in the final. Morelos actually the top goal scorer there, then Chiacheri, but obviously that's including qualification goals, which Lukaku's does not. Top rated player is actually Salim Khelif after Chiacheri. But yeah, there you go. Biggest overachievers, Rangers. It was a competition to remember for Rangers, who thrilled everyone with their performances in reaching the final. There can be no argument. Chiacheri's all-round contribution for Rangers put him among the top players in the competition. And he's now wanted by Juve and Leipzig. What about contracts? MD we want to renew here? Not really. Morelos has still got 3 years, and everybody else has got a solidly long deal. It's a harsh note to end on, isn't it? It is a harsh note to end on, but listen, how well have the team done to get there? Champions League final, 4-2 loss to United. We gave it a go, but we weren't quite good enough. Listen, we've got the domestic double and we made the Champions League final. You can't say anything other than this has been a fantastic season for us. Maybe next year, with a wee bit more quality, can we go one better? Who knows? It's super harsh, you know. But I'm not too disappointed. Listen, the achievements of this squad this season, I mean, what can you say? Nothing other than spectacular, surely. Our budget there looks to be just above 40 million with 150 grand free. Let's sort it by realistic targets. But look, we can now apparently realistically sign people who are worth £41 million. Saido Berahino, who is definitely not worth £41 million. But that's getting ahead of ourselves a little bit. We're not looking at the transfers quite yet. Lukaku's wanted by Tottenham. £36 million asking price for Lukaku. We can afford that. Listen though, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode despite the loss, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this season. It's been some ride. I've enjoyed the hell out of it. I suppose there's not a lot more to say other than next season we go again, we come back, and we see if we can go one better. Listen, it's going to be hard, no doubt. We come back next season, get a horror draw in the Champions League and get papped out of the group stages. It can happen, but it's been a spectacular season for these young guys, and they're only going to develop and get better. And I'm a bit gutted. I'm a bit heartbroken at the moment, but round of applause for the boys. Listen, round of applause for them. We'll come back next season and we're going to go one better. Hope to see you guys for that. Listen, if you've enjoyed the season, if you've enjoyed can't even speak. If you've enjoyed the episodes, please do leave a like on the video. Of course, if you want to follow us when we come back for Season 7, which will be very, very shortly, then please do subscribe to the channel. You get an alert when that drops, and we'll see how we can do next season. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you for Season 7.